for our, I'm just going to make a note here. So positive on the LCD is red, and brown is negative. And what were our other two wires we were going to use? Oh, yes. Orange and yellow. And in the past, I think we may have used them. Orange is data. So that's orange. Which means orange is data. It goes to A4. And yellow goes to A5. Okay, we'll do the same thing here and remove the little black pieces. Oh, that one just broke off. The reason I'm removing them instead of just cutting everything is at some point I may decide I have a use for them. In which case, because these are crimped and not glued, I'd be able to take them apart and use them. In any case, we now need to strip a little bit of this guy. Okay, now this wire is pretty thin. So when we're doing this, remember orange goes to data A4. So this goes to A4. This is where it gets a little more difficult because this, because it hops out. Wire is so thin. Now, I could have left the pins on and soldered them in. I've done that before, but I decided in advance I was going to do this, so it's too late now. So let's heat up A4. So as the solder is solidifying, I just hold it in there just to make sure that the wire is centered. Okay. Well, that went into A1. That was kind of useless. So we'll have to desolder that. Such a nice solder too. And instead, put it into A4. Now the other thing with this really thin DuPont wire, as it heats up, you can probably see it mushrooms a little here. To me that's a good thing because there's no way you're going to get shorts if you got that insulation down that far. Okay, so that's A4, so A5 is yellow. gets a little tight trying to solder right beside where you already did. But you can do it. Well, if I can, you can. Okay. So we got our ground out, our power out, our ground out, our data, our clock. That takes care of all that. What else have we got to do now? Now we got all of these guys to do. Now remember, I'm not doing brown because brown cross connects to the orange, so I don't have to worry about that. I only need blue and green. And green are the sensor wires. And they go in A0 and A1. So we'll unwrap these. Try and straighten them out a little. Remove the coating. Twist them up. And we might as well do the power wires while we're at it. Strip the wires. Tried using wire strippers, and the wire's just so fine that you can't. It grips them, and I've never, I mean, the way I learned to strip wires was with my teeth. I could probably do that, but my teeth aren't as good as they used to be either. That's an old age thing, I guess. Okay, let's start with green and white. And green is A0, I believe. Green is A0. Okay, so we go to A0. Well, let's do A1 because it's going to be easier if we do it that way. Oh yeah, remember A1? There's already solder in there. Okay, we'll have to do this a little differently. I'm going to go in from this side. Okay, only two more to go. Okay, so the last two to go are VIN and ground. Did it again. Put the ground in the wrong side. All grounds are ground, so it doesn't really matter, but okay, so we're going to go here, and the blue wire is VIN, which is voltage in. Just realized I've been doing all this out of camera. Okay, so all I do is heat up the area. Put on enough solder to make a nice joint. Double check. Oh, I don't like that. I want that through further. Problem with this is there's way too much bare wire showing there. So if we heat this up, it'll just slide down like that. And now we don't have that problem. Okay, and this one is going to go into my other ground. Okay, that's all good. Now, the only thing that we now need to do any more soldering is this baby. We need to take out, it's going to fit in that way, it's got to go up that way. These wires are all going to go this way. Whereas these are all going to go up to there. If we do it from here, this clock's way down in here. We have red going way over there. And then brown. Okay, so brown should cross. It should be like that. Red, brown, orange, and yellow. What I'm doing is I'm sizing each of these wires, nipping them off so they're the right length, I hope. And then I want the orange wire over to there. And I want the yellow wire over to there. Okay. Now let's go ahead and strip a little bit off of each of these. need much. Now get the clock out. Remember, it goes like that. Gotta start being careful at this point because things are, there's a lot of wires and stuff going on. Okay, so the red one goes into, so that's going there, so that goes into positive, which is there. And brown is next. And the orange is next. Orange is data. A4. Okay, so we've now got all of these together. We'll do another test fit in here. Now we have to kind of get the L, there we get that puppy in. That's still gonna go into its home there. Good, so that goes into there just fine. Now we have to keystone all of these, and once we've done that, into there, we should be good.